this is Daisy Dai with Pacific Magazine and Berkeley Film Friends, and I am here with Christopher Drake.
He is the composer of Yoga Hosers, which just premiered last night here at Sundance Film Festival 2016.
I'm a composer. I got my break from Guillermo del Toro, who's a fantastic filmmaker. I happened to be in the right place at the right time. You heard my music, and my first break was doing the Hellboy animated films. From there, I've been doing. I had a career writing music for the Batman animated and video games, and through that, Kevin Smith is a huge Batman fan, a huge comic book aficionado. That's how he got hip to me, and we started a great relationship based on that, and invited me to. My first film with him was called Tusk, and now we're here with Yoga Hosers, which is kind of a sequel to Tusk.
How did you come about coming up with the score of this film?
This specific movie, the process is usually I meet with Kevin. He gives me the script, but I read it just to get kind of an understanding of the characters and the setting. But I try not to get too hung up about thinking about the music, looking at a piece of paper with words on it. I wait till I see the actual movie. And then it's a very eclectic score. It's a superhero score, it's a comedy score, it's an 80s horror movie score. So these are all things that Kevin kind of tapped into we had discussions about.
What equipment do you guys use? Is it studio? Are you able to go mobile?
This score is, as we call it, was done all in the box, meaning there was no orchestra. It was all on computer. So even though it sounds like a massive orchestra, we use a lot of what are called samples of orchestral instruments.
How did you get started with composing? Like, how do you learn how to compose music? That's such an interesting and complex thing to do.
Everybody has their own story, and I'm self-taught. It was just something.
Wow.
I don't come from a musical family, but my first, I think it was one of my earliest Christmas or birthday presents. I got John Williams' score to Star Wars, and I would just listen to that as a kid, and it kind of, I think, altered my DNA, and I could hear storytelling in music, and that was kind of my first gateway to film music.
Very cool. And so we're actually college students from UC Berkeley.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so we're kind of just curious, do you have any advice or tips for college students who want to become composers and want to get into that field?
I think the good news is we live in an era where technology, we have the internet. When I got started, it was like 95, 96. We barely had email. Was just dating myself here, but email was just barely starting to be a thing.
Yeah.
And now you have all this information. If you type how to be a composer, Google it. There's probably lots of stuff on YouTube. But the honest truth is you have to follow. If there's something you believe and you really want to do, learn your craft, learn the basic fundamentals of writing music, but also more importantly, learn to be a storyteller. That's what separates a composer from a musician in a band.
Yeah.
You have to understand storytelling, watch movies, and the other big part of it is being in the right place at the right time and a little bit of luck.
So you've known Kevin for a while now.
Yeah.
He's a really cool dude. You're a really cool dude.
Super cool. I mean, one of the most fun scenarios to work with. What you see is what you get, and Kevin again is incredibly collaborative. And for a guy who's had so much success, he could be a screaming maniac, but he's still a yes, please, thank you. Very happy that you're part of, the project, and very supportive. And he's like, Drake, do your thing and make me look good, And so he gives me a lot of freedom, and he's very open to new ideas.
You're lucky, man. And I really thank you for this time. It was great.
My
Nice to meet
pleasure.
you.
Cheers, man.